Well, hello guys, and welcome to the MC Urban Exploration channel. This is a video with a difference, and we're going to show you all what we're about, what we're doing, and what we've got coming very soon.
And also we're going to show you all our kit, what items we've got now. We've upgraded a lot of our stuff now, and we're going to show you what we've got.
So we both come from different backgrounds regarding what we're doing now. Myself, I work as a spirit medium, and I also have a channel called GSI Paranormal, but that's not a plug to what I'm about. It's all about MC Urban Exploration. And through the power of YouTube, I came across Paul's Bike and Life channel. I started to follow it because I have an interest in motorbikes, and one day I bumped into him with his headset on, introduced myself, and our relationship started from there with regards to this channel.
It was pretty good. We had familiar or similar interests, didn't we? After speaking to each other for a certain length of time, we realised that we had very similar interests.
A massive passion for history, the passion also for the unexplainable, which might fall under the category of the paranormal, which is right down my neighbourhood, and also the spiritual side of myself. Paul was very interested in. Absolutely. Just like lots of people are when they know this person has the ability to speak to the loved ones and pass messages across. And prior to us meeting in the first place, myself and my partner had our own channel, which was GSI Paranormal, as I said, and we started off with all this kind of gear, but on the side of night investigations. And one of the first things we bought along with our kit, which is somewhere else in the home, is this Panasonic HC W850. Now, this was one of them cameras which was very expensive. It was very highly rated on the night vision side of it, and there was so much which was on it at the time which other cameras just didn't. It was kind of the flagship of the paranormal
well, I've
camcorder.
Used that, yeah, and it's really good.
I know you probably can see this, and we're going to pop links in the description as well, and that's probably right close up. But if you type into YouTube the Panasonic HC W850, there's actually a promotional video on this product, which is full HD, and the things it can do from remotely accessing the camcorder, which is just sat here on our right now, and it's also videoing us from a different angle but in black and white. It's got the black and white feature, the CPRI, the miniature features. It's also a baby monitor. You can remotely view your house from outside of the house using your cell phone, and it pretty much does what this flagship camera, which we would now looking at now, does. But the one we're going to introduce next is the flagship of Sony, and I'm going to let Paul tell you all about this one. So I don't believe that this is available anymore. If you were to get it, it would be discontinued, and it would probably be second hand, and what you probably don't want is something beat up. You want something nice and good, and if you can find something in perfect working order, then it's even better for you. So this was the Panasonic HC W850, which for its time back in, I think, 2017 was the ultimate camcorder to have.
I still think it's a very good one though, Neil.
And it is, and we still use it now. We're using it now. We've used it on our nightly
as Neil
investigations.
rightly says, he does the paranormal, and I've started filming with GSI, become part of the GSI
team
family. Mm-hmm. And so I'm now filming with GSI, and I have used that, and we might throw a link into one of the videos just to show you what it's all about.
Yeah.
The quality from this Panasonic is absolutely second to none, in it.
I think we can. I don't want to get too close to the camera. One thing I missed about this camera, and you'll see it in the little picture we put up in the corner of the screen somewhere here, is it's a twin camera. And that was one of its selling features.
Yeah.
It has, on the pull-out screen, your LCD screen, there's a built-in camera there which can be adjusted and it'll do a 180. So for the vloggers, and we're talking 2017 with this camera, for people who vlogged, not only could they aim forward and capture the foreground, the twin camera would turn to the person's face, and then you could see the vlogger as he narrated the video. So yeah, an exceptional camera, and we'll put a still shot in of it.
I think the only one thing I will say about the camera is that it's only limited to 1080p. Is that correct?
This is it. I mean, moving forward with time and everything is moving so fast, just like PCs. You buy one day, it's out of fashion the
Hence
next.
why we've changed them now.
Yep.
It's still going to be part of our camera.
It's going to be an excellent backup for us.
It's a backup because there's some of the shots that you can do with that, as you'll have seen on some of our previous videos, like the old black and whites with the, you know, the crackling in it and what have you.
The VHS look.
Yeah, the VHS look. It's absolutely brilliant. And I don't think these new cameras actually give us that, do they?
No, to be truthful, I haven't looked at the guts of inside these cameras.
They do the black and white and
They do.
the sepia and all that. They do all that, but what that gives us is second to none.
I think the editing world and the video world and the vlogging world is moving away from the special effects now, and people just want that 4K high resolution. And what Paul's going to cover next, I know I'm going to say this and he'll want to say it himself. This is a flagship camera, and it's got something not many cameras have, but Paul's going to tell you all about it.
Anyway, what Neil was saying is, and I'm going to say now, is that we've upgraded our equipment and we've decided that we needed something that can keep up with the times. Hence why we went for Sony's flagship, the Sony, is it FDR-AX53. Now there is let's see if we can get a better shot. In fact, I'll raise the box up for you and you'll be able to see the box. We bought one of these each for us, haven't we?
Yes.
And the reason why we've done this is because we can film in 4K, and this has something that most camcorders and probably a lot of cameras don't have.
No.
Do they? Do you want to mention what it is, Neil? But you won't be able to see it at the moment, but I'll bring it closer to the camera. But this has its own gimbal inside, hence why when you're filming with this, even when you're walking, you get fantastic stabilised footage. And also the added bonus with this one is that it's got what's called a night shot.
Yes.
Normally a night shot, as Neil explained, isn't really that good, but this is actually night vision. And we've tested this. I've tested this at home, and it is absolutely fantastic. I would say it's on par with that one, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, so I'm going to try and see if I can bring this closer to you, and whether you'll be able to see the actual lens moving about. Can you? Well, I can't see, but you might be able to see it. Is there anything you want to say about this, Neil?
Well,
Well, another thing I will say about it is you can add an external microphone to this, so it does have the port for that. It has the port for the headphones, so you can attach the headphones, so you can actually hear what you're videoing as well at the same time. It does have a hot shoe, which you can add a Sony microphone to it, can't you? An external microphone, and it's got a HDMI output, so you can actually watch what you're doing on a bigger screen. You can even, if you add it on a frame work, you can even add a bigger screen to this, so you can actually, instead of having this open, you can actually watch it on a big screen. So you can have it like on a shoulder rig like that, and you can have the big screen with a sunshade around it.
That's right, yeah.
And it will work that way. It's really, really good, and it's used by quite a lot of people, this now.
You do see a lot of vloggers with the U-shape cradle, which we've got one here.
We have one here.
And they mount a 7-inch screen above it, and that jumps from the standard 3.5 LED screen, which is on the camcorder, to a large screen on here, and then they can see more of what's happening in the picture. And one of the things we do is we put a grid on that screen, so we can always map the foreground out and make sure that we're getting the equal coverage of everything around us as well.
That's
as Paul said, it's got the 5 axis gimbal. Now Sony have brought this in, and it was initially called the Steady Shot for Sony, and Sony was renowned for the Steady Shot camera, from the portable digital SLR to the AX33, I think.
33 was the first one that actually
ones.
had the Boss.
Yeah.
It's called the Boss system.
Yeah. So is that being the lens and this being the body of the camera, when you move that lens moves like that. So your Steady Shot, so you can go like that and your lens, that might look wrong.
It might look wrong,
Yeah.
but you get the picture.
You
what
get
we're
the
trying to
picture,
say.
yeah. It and Night Shot, I think Night Vision and Night Shot are patented tags, and I'm thinking, why couldn't they just say on Sony, and someone might be able to answer this, why can't they just say Night Vision? Because Night Shot on the Panasonic is a very glitchy, white balanced, overexposed version of Night Vision. But if I switch it to Night Vision, the infrared mode, then it's all green, it's perfect. Now the Night Shot on the Sony, should I say, is labelled Night Shot, and when you switch it on, it's just purely Night Vision, and the clarity is second to none, absolutely second to none.
So if you want us to do a little bit more in depth about the AX53, we will do that, but you can let us know down in the comments. So we're going to move on now then to the next thing that we've actually bought.
Yes.
And do you want to take that away? We're going to talk about the DJI Mini 2 drone, and Neil's going to give you a little bit of explanation on that one.
Yes. So one of the biggest things you've seen through all the vlogging channels, from photographers to urban explorations, even the paranormal and anything to do with the sports side of things, from skaters to even my wife doing the roller skating.
Well, most filmmakers now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the ultimate filmmaker's kit. It is the DJI Mini Maverick Pro, Mini Maverick 2.
But it's actually, it's not called the Mini Mavic 2, it's actually just called the DJI Mini 2.
Yep. And we've gone and bought ourselves the combo kit. And the combo kit comprises of 3 batteries, the charging dock for the 3 batteries, your controller, your drone, and peripherals such as spare screws and propellers, just in case you accidentally crash it. But 3 batteries wasn't enough for me, so we actually went out, I went out and actually bought a further 2 batteries. So we now have 5 batteries for this one.
And I've actually got I went and bought myself one too, but I only have the 3 batteries.
Yeah, but we can share.
But we can share. They are,
So quick and simple, we've all seen these guys. It's the controller, pop that into there, the dock. The good thing about this dock is it becomes a power bank as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at the end of your flying or your time out, if you don't use all the juice out of them batteries, you can plug your mobile phone into that and then charge it up.
Yeah,
the infamous DJI drone, the Mini 2, which is an awesome piece of kit, and you'll have seen it flying in our videos.
If you haven't and you want to see it, well, I'm going to add a little clip of it flying right now. There you go, see, it's absolutely amazing. It can do so much more, and it films in 4K, 2.7 1080p, even 720p.
That's right.
It can do lots of frame rates and everything like that. It's absolutely fantastic.
I will say the more batteries you get, and this is probably the only way I can show you them all. So there's the batteries on top of the box. I hope you can see them without me dropping them. So there's the 5 batteries on top of the box. If you get more than 3, number them, get your Sharpie, write on each battery 1, 2, 3, 4 to whatever, and that way make sure you use them in sequence of the numbers and then charge them the same.
A little thing I would also add to this one, when you've used a battery, even though you've numbered them, what I would generally do is turn it round the wrong way.
Yep.
So you know that that is discharged and
Yep.
that's spent.
Yep.
And that's the way I would do it as well.
Absolute. So as we said, 2 of them so we can both fly in sequence, in tandem, whilst we're filming 2 different sides of a building or a location which we're filming at.
So a couple of more things that we have been out and bought, and one thing for me is this tripod. This is a K&F Concept tripod, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but suffice to say it actually does quite a lot. And I will do a separate video on this and show you everything that it does. There's plenty of videos out there anyway about this, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you can check those out, but if you do want me to do a little video on this, just let me know in the comments and I will do it. But it is a fantastic tripod.
And if you're watching this, guys, and this is your kind of forte, what you're into, the things you do, let us know what you're using as well. Drop down in the comments, because we're going to show you what we found works for us. But if something works for you and you think we may benefit more, then let us know. We'd love that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty about these legs. I mean, they virtually can go, you know, in fact, one of the one of the things I found that I can actually use this as a shoulder rig. Do you know what I mean? So you can have your camcorder on there like that, and you can actually have it as a shoulder rig.
Yep.
And it's absolutely a brilliant little piece of equipment, and it folds up on itself as well. The next thing that I haven't bought but we have been using on our past videos is this gimbal.
Yes.
It's a mobile phone gimbal. It's a good little bit of an equipment, but there is a lot better out there, but it did us, didn't it? It
did the job for our early days with our early videos. The mobile phone was close to the speaker's mouth, so it had good audio transfer. It handled the lumps and bumps of S and Ls in our mining video.
Oh, it certainly did.
It did, and it's
a Feiyu vlog pocket, and the beauty about this, I mean, it comes with this little like tripod stand, which can also use as an extra handle. But the reason it's called a vlog pocket simply is because it folds down and goes in your pocket. That's how good it is. So hence why, but I think it's going to become a little bit redundant now, don't you?
Well, I was using the DJI 2 gimbal, but with the stuff we've now gone out and bought, more so we were waiting on these flagship cameras. These have kind of replaced that, because without hitting on it too much, the 5.1 gimbal axis lens which is built into these is going to do all of that steady shot we were looking for in the first place.
For another good thing that we have actually bought, well actually I haven't bought, but Neil's wife's kindly bought him.
Yes.
Is what you're hearing us through right now. Do you want to talk about them, Neil?
So, excuse the torso.
Breathe in, mate.
Breathe in. Yes, it's a big word. Wireless Go 2. It's the Rhodes mic pack. That was a lot of rolling R's. Yeah. So here they are on our shirts, on our t-shirts.
Yeah.
We have one connected on the hot shoe, but it's not powered by the hot shoe, and that's wired into the side of the camcorder. everything me and Paul saying now is transferred onto a hard drive, which is on the receiver of one of these, and it's also duplicating onto the SD card on the camcorder. So in the event of us narrating something and we get too far away from the camera and the camcorder cuts out, or the receiver cuts out should I say, it's now automatically recording onto that little internal memory which is in here. They're very sensitive, I guess.
What distance do we get out of them, Neil?
Well, we differed to what they were saying, didn't we? We kind of didn't. The initial range, which I'm sure was something like 30 meters, we've seen tests where other vloggers have been further away from the camera, and on face value we believe it was still picking up.
Well, I do know for a certain fact that these actually go to 75 meters, officially go to 75 meters, although it depends on line of sight. If you're obviously going behind a building, then you are in line of sight, but if you've got a clear view, 75 meters plus, maybe you'll give or take a few more, that's what we're getting out of them. And 75 meters is quite a long way when you think about it. So
it is.
And they are an excellent addition, aren't they?
This is the first time in use. We paired them up. They come with software, so you don't even have to touch the controls on here to set them up. If you connected the software to your laptop or PC, everything can be done on there, and then you just take them out with you and then off you go, you know the set. In the box you get all the cables you need, free charging cables for the 3 individual items. You get the carry case, which is quite nice. You get the dead cats, or the wind socks as they're known as, to stop that gale force wind interfering with the microphone there. We initially had them up here somewhere on our collars, but they were just too sensitive, so we've moved them down to our breast area.
Also, what you can do, and I believe you can do with these, is add a lapel mic.
Yes, you can.
So you can plug the lapel mic into this receiver, so you can clip this to your belt if you don't want it hanging off your shirt, and have a little lapel mic just here. So they work that way as well.
Yep, yes they do.
Yeah.
What we also have, which we want to share with you, and you'll have seen these in use a million times. I'm not hitting on the light too much, but it's actually this battery, which is a universal battery which fits it. So what we have here is the light. It illuminates, it's remote control, and the remote operate not only the light which is over there, which I've looked at and I can't see anything, not only that light which is giving us the light this way, but it accesses this as well. It comes with visors, so you can diffuse how much light comes out of it, and some of the visors which go on it have a tint, so therefore you can change it to a very bright
I got the small
light.
one, didn't I?
Yep.
But believe it or not, though, this does give out
exactly the same as
light as that one.
So this is the one on full power, and you won't get the justice of how bright it is.
But you get little things like this, don't you? That go in front of it, you know. And it does. I mean, if we put it on this one, you more or less can see that it diffuses the actual light pretty good. I mean, to be fair. So it makes it a more softer light.
Yep.
So
easy
you know,
on the eyes.
It's a lot easier on the eyes. And then when you take it off, you can see how bright it goes. We don't want to do that.
But inside a tunnel, cave, or somewhere which is pitch black dark, then you're going to need the maximum amount of light. In ideal live stream or video scenario like this, then you may need to turn the light down.
But what I will say is as well, what you've just mentioned on, it does turn right down. They have a control on the back, and we can actually turn this right down, so that is really a lot better, you know, especially if you're going in like a house on the night and doing a paranormal investigation. You can have this light even with this on, with this diffuser on, and you get a real low light that you can virtually shine in front of a camera and it won't blind the person.
And with the night vision on the camcorder on this cradle, this light will still give the similar IR effect in light.
It does, yeah.
I mean, ideally, you want a torch and a night vision camera and walk around like that, and that night vision will pick up the amazing light off on the camera.
Yeah.
However, with a group of people doing that, you're going to blind everyone in the room, and then they're going to start seeing light anomalies when there's nothing there. So the IR was the invisible light, which only illuminates. Just going back to night vision quickly, night vision only works on once that light refracts back to the camera. So if you're in a big field and you switch night vision on, you're only going to get the probably 6 feet in front of you of illuminated area.
That's very true.
In a room, castle, building where there's a wall, once light hits that wall, and we all know it bounces back to the source, then it's going to put that light back into the night vision,
which enables it lights up more, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So we wanted a durable battery, and we've gone out and spent a small fortune on batteries, not only to cover all the gadgets we have, but we wanted the right thing to do the right job. I'm sure there's a saying there in that. We wanted a long runtime battery, and this is a huge thing compared to what it's attached to.
Well, it is compared to mine, Neil. When you think I get a good bit of time out, and look at the difference.
Yeah, the difference in them.
You know,
yeah,
it's massive.
Absolutely massive. But the good thing about this one, and let me just, it's built for Sony. It's for the NP-F5. I've looked at the light. Well, it does all the NP series anyway.
Well, that's what they do.
That's what they do. But the thing which kind of tickled me about this battery is not only is it a battery when it's fully charged, it's also a power bank. Now, I'll probably have to come to use. So let's have a look. So this is the top of the battery. If I open it up, we have a C charger connection and a micro SD connection. So we can charge this in 2 ways, on fast charge or the traditional style mobile phone
the micro
charger.
Micro USB.
Micro USB. Yeah. If we flip this around, we now have a USB port, which means that if we are not going to use this battery, we can connect our USB charger into here like you would into the wall plug, and then the other end would connect to the mobile phone.
It's a virtual power bank, isn't it?
It's a power bank, but for us, let's just see if I can get that to focus in. No, it's not going to do it. So, and on the back, you've got a touch screen. It tells you what's being used, how much is left, how many volts it's kicking out, which is 8.3 volts. And it tells you how long's left in the battery. And one of the things we don't want to keep doing is looking at whether we're going to have enough to last for the recording or keeping the place illuminated. So it's really good. We're going to put the links in the comments with this as well, so you can have a look at these. But they are an amazing battery, and the thing is, you don't need a charger similar to that to clip it in and then put it into the wall socket to charge. All you have to do is use the micro or C charger in the top, and it just charges freely. And we all know we've all got 100 mobile phone cables lying around the home to charge one of them.
But moving on now to another thing, and that, for me, this is an absolute bargain. And Neil, do you want to talk about this?
So one of our worries, and this is why we went to town on the batteries,
exactly,
being out in the middle of nowhere with only a motor vehicle, our car, and a cigarette lighter in it, and in some posh cars you had a USB port. We wanted to fly our drones, use our cameras, use our camcorders, and anything else which required power prior to getting to that location.
Yeah.
But because technology only gives the drone 30 minutes flight time before you need a new battery, we wanted to recharge these batteries, and it's silly being 7 hours in a location when you can only fly for 1.5 hours with your 3 batteries. So we thought, right, how are we going to charge these batteries in the middle of a field? And we researched it, and fortunately on one Black Friday we come across this little device, which is Boden's power charger. It's one of the state-of-the-art ones, and we'll probably put some description in there which explains it. But it runs on lithium phosphate batteries.
Lithium phosphate.
Them ones, I'm short-tongued. It's the batteries you see in the vape pens, the big things, 1865s, whatever they are. And they have a life cycle of 2,000 or 20,000 recycle times, which means you can keep charging that. Well, I tell you what, to make it easier on the ears, they've guaranteed this battery in here to last 10 years, right? Based on the life cycle charges. The item itself comes with a 3-year warranty, and the beauty of it is on the front. So I'm going to show you now, powered up, and I will come to you so you can see it better. So here we have its battery life. Now, I've never charged this since I've got it, and I've heavily used it. On this side we have 2 USB port 2s, we have a USB port 3 for fast charging, and that's the AC side. On the DC side we have a flashlight, 2 outputs for powering things similar to let's just say an airbed, an in-car charger thing, and then we also have an input which allows us to charge this up. On the very bottom, which is part of the AC, we have your 24-pin plug socket, your 240 socket. So anything up to 150 watts, which is a set of hair straighteners, a laptop, your drone charger, or anything like that can be charged off here.
It'll actually run a small heater.
Well, I have ran a small heater off this, hence why I've used 20% of the initial battery it come with. And we thought, right, this is great. We'll get it charged up, take it with us and use it out in the field. But then I thought, well, it's kind of defeating the object, because why have this product to save money when you have to spend money to charge it? So what did we buy to go with it? We thought, right, we'll go the full hog and we'll get the solar panel kit. So I'm going to show you that next. So this is the solar panel kit. It's a separate purchase. We're going to put the links in with this anyway. And this again was a Black Friday special. It's in a very robust case. So robust I probably can't open it. And this is the 50 centimetre panel, and you're thinking, well, that's a bit small, but each panel is 50 centimetres. So fully folded out with the care of my, with the help of my assistant, I have now got 150 centimetres, 1.5 metres of solar panel.
And it is blooming good.
It is. So we can now set this up on its legs, which are built into the back, and we can charge that Boden's power bank up from anywhere in the field. There's the built-in legs, which pull out and kind of hold themselves into place.
And it does charge in very low light conditions as well.
Yes.
You can see it start charging as well, so it is a really good charge. So in essence what Neil's saying is we have now got the basis of everything covered, haven't we?
Absolutely, yeah.
So we can go out, say we were going out for a 24-hour paranormal hunt, or partly doing our exploration on the daytime, and then the night time we do a paranormal side of it.
The Boden's
we
is all
have
charged
got
up.
the power to do that. We don't need to go back home to charge anything up, because we can charge on site.
So one of the things someone said to me is, that's an awful lot of kit to be carrying around, and not everyone has that kind of money. And this was only £99. I don't know what retails at now, this being the solar panel kit. But on the back, if I open this pouch up, and I'll be very brief with this. It comes with all the adapters you may need to plug not only into a power converter, but it also has its own charging socket in the back. So if only you had the solar panel kit and nothing else, you can plug a USB 1.2 standard in there, a USB 3 C charger, and your DC to charge up your power bank as well. So you could have this in the windshield of your car on a nice warm hot day with plenty of sunshine, and you can charge any device up using these connectors which come with it, right from a laptop to maybe another electrical device, and you don't even need this as your source. This alone can be your power bank itself. However, you can't save the energy on this, but you can on this, and this is what we're looking for.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this little item that Neil's going to talk about now really does interest me. It does. And what it is it a thermal image camera?
Yes, it was used heavily in our GSI channel for night vision photos and videos, and we've also introduced it to our daytime urban explorations. One of the things which you sometimes see an urban explorer come across is an abandoned location. Once they've established it's abandoned, then they sometimes go in, and then there's still that fear of there's either some animal in there or something else, and they need to know. So this is the Seek thermal imaging, but it's the XR model, which means it zooms in and out.
It does.
And if you've ever seen the police show with a police helicopter on, where the camera changes its thermal imaging to black and white, and the heat source becomes pure white, and the rest of the screen is grey, or you see the thermal imaging side where blue is cold and red is the person or the heat source, it does exactly that. It does have what's called palettes built into the software, which means them two colour scheme types you can use, as well as quite a few more. So it's a very little device.
It is, isn't it?
It's got a USB micro connection to
Is
it.
it micro USB connection?
Yeah, that's the one. Do I keep saying it back to front?
Yeah.
That's the little camera, and that will connect to your mobile phone and push in on the bottom.
What would you do then, Neil? Just a question on this one, because a lot of these phones now have a USB-C.
Right.
So would you have to get a little device to attach?
So this was quite expensive, but it is worth. It's an excellent toy and an excellent bit of kit to have in your case, in your bag, with everything you do, either at night time or daytime. It came with the micro connection, but it also comes with the C charger or the C adapter, which the micro pushes into that end and the C connects to
so it covers all phones really.
It's pretty much, unless they bring out a different style charger, then it covers all types of phones.
It doesn't cover Apple then, does it?
No, but there is a version. This runs on Windows, which is on this runs on Android, but there's two versions. One's iOS, Apple, and the other one is Android. So if you were to purchase one of these and look out for them, this retailed at the time around £176. Yes, it's a small little piece of kit and a lot of money, but not only can you use it as an urban exploration or urban explorer, but if you think you've got a dodgy heating system in your house or a leaky hot water pipe, you just plug that into your mobile phone, point it in the direction where you think there might be a faulty wire, a pipe dripping or something else in your home, even down to finding out where your heat loss is in your home, then this is a handy piece of kit,
'Cause
and it does that.
Yeah, the image comes through your phone screen, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
and it records as well. You've got the option to record. We do have a video on the paranormal side of things, where we were trialing this or testing this out for the first time with Paul, and it picked up some anomalies we couldn't explain. So
we'll drop that in actually.
Yep.
And,
we'll just show you a very quick
we'll let you
spot
see
of it now.
what it does.
Oh wow. Oh my god. It's recording as well. You're not going to believe this. Another item we needed for our kit, and this is mainly for home use, and it works perfect with these new AX 53s, is a Camlink. Now this is made by Elgato. It's known in the gaming world, the vlogging world, and the YouTube and Twitch side of things, where gamers will stream their video feed through this, which then encodes it straight onto the desktop, allowing the viewers to not only watch the game but watch the YouTuber at the same time, or the vlogger through that. Now there's 3 different versions of it. There's a big version which gets installed in your machine. There's a portable version which sits on your desktop, and your setup goes through that. And there's a new version now which is USB stick. Looks like something you'd put a USB card in and upload your pictures to via a USB port. It's called the Camlink. It's by Elgato. There's a link in the description. But this now allows us not to use a 720 poor quality, poor pixelated webcam to do a live stream like this, but it actually allows us to do the live stream in 4K, in true resolution, in different frame rates.
Many different formats, doesn't it?
Many different formats.
Yeah.
And that's connecting your camcorder directly to this, directly to your laptop, and your camcorder is now your USB webcam.
Yeah. Quickly moving on, we just want to, lastly, I know it's been a long video, but we want to talk about the kit that we generally take with us. I don't know whether we can see this, can we?
Yeah, you want to get in front of me?
It's just, I mean, you can step up with me, Neil, if you want. I mean, one thing that we always take with us, no matter where we go, whether it's on the paranormal side or whether it's mostly urban exploration, we need a walkie-talkie. Now Neil has one too, we both have one, so we can keep in constant communication with us. Now if you've ever watched our videos, you will know that we're not always together, are we?
No, as we found out with the wasps when we start running.
Oh, very much so. You want to check that video out.
A ventilation pipe going into the ground, and I mean, when I say a pipe, we're talking more of a tunnel. Where is it?
Yeah. There's you been stung? Whoa, you bastard! He got me right in the ghoulies. But also on these vests we keep our torches. Always have a torch to hand. A pretty damn good torch. I will leave a link in the description to it. I'm not going to go into it about a backup torch is what we always take. We always take a backup torch and spare batteries. Inside these pouches, we vary from what we carry. I carry first aid kit. Now Neil carries his in the back. These have a back pouch. Now I'm going to actually transfer all my first aid kit into the back. The only reason I don't at the moment is for when we sit in the car. It gets some, you know. But we have all sorts, and this is our standard kit. Now we generally put other things on it, but that is what we generally take with us when we're going out. Do you want to say anything else about it, Neil?
We're going to drop a link in where you can get these badges made up as well, and they don't have to be for urban exploration. They could be for your paranormal channel, your vlogging channel, or even something you do on YouTube where you let's just say you make certain things and sell them to the public. We'll drop you the link. You can get these made up. They come in pairs, fairly cheap for the embroidery. It's a really good piece of kit. Velcro, 2 different types.
I mean, the actual vest, I think, is pretty damn good because when you're out and about, you need the kit to hand, don't you?
Yeah.
And it allows you to attach multiple items to it, which you're going to be taking anyway.
And we'll have the link for that as well.
We will put the link to the vest in the description. I mean, we do have quite a lot of other stuff that we won't go into now. Maybe in another day, or if you're interested in wanting to know what else we've got, we can show you. But I think we'll wrap this one up.
We can leave all the links for the majority and even the few we haven't covered in it. And then they can browse at their own pleasure.
Well, that's right,
in everything we have.
Everything we've talked about today, we'll put a link in the description too. And if you want us to do a bit more in-depth review on a certain item, please let us know in the comments and we shall do one.
Absolutely. So that just leaves us to say goodbye. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
If you liked our channel already and subscribed, then thank you for coming along with us. If this is the first time you've seen myself and Paul here on Urban Explorations, then why not give us a like? If you leave us a comment, we'd love to hear from you. Even just let us know where you're watching from as well. And it'd be good if you followed us as well. That'd be great to watch our explorations. As
but what we haven't said is what is upcoming.
This is it. We kept it quiet.
We did keep it quiet. We have a fair bit of stuff upcoming, don't we?
Yes. So there's something forthcoming very, very soon in the new year. Unfortunately, we've been told not to talk about it because of certain reasons and the people involved. Now, don't take that as negative, but we are going somewhere to do our urban side of things, similar to what we've already done. I'm trying to word this properly so we don't get ourselves into trouble. And we're going to bring something into the video which I think you're going to be well impressed with.
It's going to add a lot of value, and it's going to bring so much more to the video for us and, you know, for you.
We've always said from the start when we're talking about something within the video that we're not experts. We try our best to research and remember what we're doing, because we haven't got an auto cue, we're not news readers, and everything we've researched prior to going to that location, it's trying to remember it in the elements of outside and staring at a mic.
Well, and the thing is, when we're out there, we don't stop, start, stop, start.
No.
It's continuous talking, isn't it? And we'll talk about what we do remember. So we're not like these vloggers that stop start all the time to get everything perfect. We want to be as genuine and as real as we possibly can for you.
So where we're going with this conversation is our next video, which is coming along very soon in the new year, is going to have all that expert knowledge of the stuff we've missed from a good source, and you're going to be, like I say,
well, it's going to come from the best source, and the actual knowledge that will come cannot be disputed.
No.
But also, moving on from that swiftly, so we don't talk anymore about it.
But we're excited.
We are excited, we are. But we're going to go to Spofforth, aren't we?
Yes, Spofforth Castle, down just past Harrogate, off the A19, A1. This is a place which is on our radar. I've been with regards to my paranormal side of things, and we've watched other vloggers down there doing the urban side of things. So we thought, right, let's go down there in the daytime, do our drone shots, do our photography, and explore it in full colour and grand design as it is. And then soon as dusk falls, have a bite to eat, and then we'll go back in.
Whilst we're having a bite to eat, we can be charging our kit up with all the gear.
With our Boden's battery charger.
Exactly.
And then obviously on the flip of that exploration, we're then going to do a paranormal on the flip side.
Oh, we will.
Yeah,
We will
right
be
through the
bringing that
night.
to this channel, so watch out for that one. There's another one that we're going to be doing as well, and this is a bit of a history one, and we're going to go down on the 29th of March to Towton.
Towton, however it's pronounced, Towton.
Towton.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's the Battle of Towton.
The War of the Roses.
Yes.
I don't remember the exact date now, but the Lancashires...
1461.
He does, he's the researcher. The Lancashires fought the Yorkshiremen, and it became the Battle of the Roses, which was the battle took place in two fields in Towton.
And this actually comes nicely back to what we were talking about with Spofforth Castle.
Yes.
Because Spofforth Castle is closely linked to the Battle of Towton, and that will all become apparent in the videos.
Yes, it'll all come very clear. And as we've talked about briefly in one of our videos, I think it was the Kettle Nest video, we all leave a footprint of where we've been in life. Sometimes it's an emotional footprint, it's sometimes a very strong traumatic footprint, depending on your circumstances. And this footprint, this emotional footprint, sometimes comes back to the surface and kind of relives itself as residual energy.
It does.
And the Battle of Towton, you have to remember that around 10,000 people died in one field, in one battle, within the first hour, and a total of 88,000 men died that day.
There was quite a lot died.
Something similar to that in one field, to the extent...
I'll put the official figures up now.
So we are looking to connect to that emotional footprint on the night we're there as well, with all this gear. Yeah.
I mean, that battle took place whilst there was a hell of a snowstorm as well.
Yeah,
bearing in mind.
Palm Sunday as well.
Palm Sunday,
yeah,
yes.
Easter time,
Yeah,
a heavy,
29th of March.
heavy blizzard, and obviously it was the bloodiest battle on English
It
soil.
was, yeah. Anyway, we'll call it a night. We'll say bye for now, and thank you very much for watching. We do hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen. Now, if you do, as I said before, want to see anything else in more detail, please let us know. But I've been Paul. This is Neil from MC Urban Exploration.
And thank you for joining us. Don't forget, all them links are now in the bottom just here. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe as well, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye for now.